My child, are you prepared for what is coming this Sunday? If you are not, you may be walking straight into danger without even realizing it. Listen carefully. A man with piercing blue eyes has already set everything in motion. His plan is not a guess or a random idea, it is a carefully crafted scheme, waiting for the right moment to unfold. And this Sunday, that moment will come. I can sense the unease rising within you, questions swirling in your mind like an approaching storm. Who is this man? Why is the Lord speaking of him? What are his true intentions, and why do they involve you? Something stirs in the shadows, something you cannot afford to ignore. The weight of these questions presses against your soul, filling you with doubt and fear. But what if I told you that by the time you reach the end of this message, the truth will be clear? What if I told you that every question will be answered, every doubt erased? Would you believe me? If your heart whispers yes, then take my hand and walk with me, for what you are about to hear may be the most important message of your life. Before I reveal the truth about the man with blue eyes, you must first hear of something even greater. A theft is about to take place this Sunday, but not just any theft. This is something beyond stolen money or missing possessions. It is a theft so great that its impact will shake you to your core, and the man with blue eyes is at the very heart of it. I can already feel your confusion. What kind of theft? What could be stolen that is so important? How does this man fit into it? And why does the Lord insist that you listen now? My child, I understand the weight of these questions. They are heavy, and each passing second only makes them feel heavier. But time is slipping away. There is no space for hesitation. I need just a few minutes of your undivided attention, because what I am about to reveal could change everything. The clock is already counting down. Open your heart, steady your soul, and prepare yourself, for what you are about to hear will open your eyes to a truth you cannot afford to ignore. A great reckoning stands at your doorstep. A man with eyes like living fire has been watching you, not from a distance, but from within the shadows of your suffering. He has studied every crack in your soul, traced every scar that time could not heal. He knows the silent grief you carry, the regrets that whisper in the stillness of the night. He has waited, patient and unseen, for the perfect moment. And this Sunday, he will strike. Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. But do not mistake him for an ordinary thief. He is not coming for your money, your reputation, or your pride. No, his mission is far greater. He has set his sights on something you have guarded more fiercely than anything else: your pain. He is coming for the suffering you have hidden from the world, the wounds you have nursed in secret, the shame you have wrapped around yourself like armor. And when he is finished, you will feel exposed, stripped, vulnerable. The weight you carried for so long will be gone. You may wonder why heaven would send a thief. Why does God want my brokenness? My child, listen carefully. The answer is more powerful than you can imagine, but to see it, you must be willing to let go. I have heard you in the night, your voice breaking between sobs, your hands clenched in silent prayer: God, take this pain away. But when I send my messenger to answer, you lock the door. You mistake his presence for a threat. You see his mercy and call it menace. But this thief has not come to harm you. He has come to set you free. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. Isaiah 55:9. You grip your suffering as if it is all you have left. You clutch it like a treasure, like something no one can steal. But what if I told you that your pain is not just a burden, it is a weapon in the hands of the enemy? Your tears fuel his lies. Your suffering feeds his whispers. You are unworthy. You are unloved. You are forgotten. He wraps you in chains of sorrow, binding you in regrets you were never meant to carry. But this Sunday, heaven rises against those lies. A thief is coming not to rob you, but to plunder hell's grip on your heart. Yet the choice is still yours. Will you fight to keep what has been killing you? Will you resist the one who has come to set you free, or will you finally let go? The thief stands at your door, not with wrath, not with judgment. He holds a key, not a sword. He has not come to condemn you, he has come to release you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5-6. For too long, you have carried burdens I never placed upon your shoulders. You have held wounds that were never yours to keep. You have walked in the shadows of yesterday, believing chains could never be broken. But my child, this Sunday is your jubilee. When heaven's thief takes your pain, he does not leave you empty. No, he leaves something greater in its place, a space only I can fill. The choice is now before you. Will you cling to the heavy grave clothes of your past? Will you wrap yourself in sorrow like a familiar shroud that only keeps you stuck? Or will you let the thief strip those old rags away, piece by piece, until all that remains is freedom? The clock is ticking. The divine heist has already begun. When you wake on Sunday morning, the question will not be whether the thief has come, he will already be there, standing at your door. The real question will be, will you mourn what has been taken, or will you kneel, hands lifted in praise, thankful for what has finally begun? The choice is yours, my child. But before you decide, remember this: I am the God who specializes in empty tombs. When I take something from you, it stays buried, gone for good. But when I breathe life into something, nothing can steal it away. The pain you thought would last forever, let it go. It was never yours to keep. My child, the weight you have carried for so long will not follow you past this day. The chains you once thought unbreakable are loosening, and the door to your prison is swinging open. But you must choose to step out. The past, every regret, every sorrow, every whispered lie will lose its grip. The thief does not come to steal your joy, he comes to set you free. Everything has its time. The waves do not crash before the ocean calls them forward, and the sun does not rise before the night has run its course. Do not chase what is not yet yours. What is meant for you will come not by struggle, not by pleading, but by divine timing. Heaven is not withholding from you, it is preparing you. It is shaping, strengthening, and refining you so that when the moment arrives, you will be ready in heart, mind, and spirit. I see your longing. I know the weight of waiting, the restless nights, the questions that echo in your mind. But you are not waiting in vain. Every delay has a reason. I am moving pieces into place. When the time is right, the doors will swing wide effortlessly, and what is meant for you will not pass you by. Let go of the need to control. Stop trying to rush ahead. Walk forward in faith. Everything you need is already on its way. If life gives you the chance, go alone. Walk alone. Not as punishment, but as revelation. Too often, you see yourself through the eyes of others, measuring your worth by their approval. But who are you when no one is watching? If you are ever given the gift of solitude, embrace it. In the quiet, you will hear what you never could in the noise. Do not fear the silence. When you walk it, you will not find loneliness, you will find yourself. When change comes, it will not be slow. Suddenly, doors will open. Suddenly, the weight you have carried for years will be gone. Suddenly, what once felt impossible will fall into place. But you must be ready. Breathe life into your dreams. Speak them out loud. Align yourself with the future you desire. You cannot stand in the doorway of your blessings while still holding on to doubt. Release it. I have seen your struggles, the tears you wiped away in silence. But those days are fading. What lies ahead for you is greater than anything you've left behind. Prepare yourself. Open your heart. What I am about to pour into your life is more than you ever imagined. Healing is coming. The wounds you thought would never close will mend. I am restoring you, filling the empty spaces, and breathing life into forgotten places. And I am sending you blessings so perfect, so precise, you will know they came from my hands. Love will overflow, and there will be no room for emptiness. You are changing. You are growing. This is the beginning of something beautiful. Be proud of yourself. You are worthy of love. Do not let anyone, not even your own doubts, convince you otherwise. My child, I need you to listen carefully. A great reckoning is at your doorstep. There is a man with eyes like living fire who has been watching you, not from a distance, but from deep within the shadows of your suffering. He has studied every crack in your soul, traced each scar that time could not heal. He knows the silent grief you carry. He hears the regrets that echo in the stillness of your night. He has been waiting patiently, unseen, for the perfect moment. And this Sunday, that moment will come. I am doing something new, my child. It is springing forth before you. Can you perceive it? But do not misunderstand, this is no ordinary thief. He is not coming for your money, your reputation, or your pride. His mission is far greater than that. He has set his sights on something more precious than anything else you guard, your pain. He is coming for the suffering you have hidden away from the world, the wounds you have kept in secret, the shame you have wrapped around yourself like armor. He is coming to take it all, and when he is finished, you will feel exposed, vulnerable, stripped of the weight you've carried for so long. I know your thoughts, my child. Why would heaven send a thief to take my pain? Why would God want my brokenness? The answer is more powerful than you realize, but in order to understand, you must be willing to let go. Are you ready to release it? I have heard your cries in the night, my child, your voice breaking between sobs, your hands clenched in silent prayer, asking me to take your pain away. But when I send my messenger to answer, you lock the door. You mistake his presence for a threat. You see mercy and call it menace. Listen closely, my child, this thief has not come to harm you. He has come to set you free. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. Isaiah 55:9. You clutch your suffering as though it is all you have left. You hold it like a treasure that no one can steal, like Gollum with his ring, whispering, "It's mine. My own." But what if I told you that your pain is not just a burden, it is a weapon, a tool used by the enemy? Your tears fuel his lies, and your suffering feeds his whispers. You are unworthy. You are unloved. You are forgotten. He wraps you in chains of sorrow and binds you in regrets you were never meant to carry. But hear me now, my child. This Sunday, heaven rises against those lies. A thief is coming, not to rob you, but to plunder hell's grip on your heart. The choice is yours, my child. Will you fight to hold on to what has been destroying you? Will you resist the one who has come to set you free, or will you finally let go? This thief stands at your door, not with wrath or judgment, but with a key. He does not come to condemn you, he comes to release you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5-6. For far too long, my child, you have carried burdens I never placed upon you. You have held on to wounds that were never meant for you to carry. You have walked in the shadows of yesterday, believing chains could never be broken. But listen now, Sunday is your jubilee. Heaven's thief will take your pain, and you will be set free. He does not leave you empty, my child. Instead, he leaves a space only I can fill. You must choose. Will you hold on to the grave clothes of your past, wrapped in sorrow, or will you allow the thief to strip them away until all that remains is freedom? The divine heist has already begun, and when Sunday comes, the thief will be there, not to steal your joy, but to set you free. The chains you believed unbreakable are already loosening, and the weight you have carried for so long will not follow you past this day. The grave of your past, every regret, every sorrow will no longer hold you. The door to your prison is swinging open, but you must step out. Everything has its time, my child. The sun does not rise before the night is done, and the waves do not crash before the ocean calls them forward. Do not chase what is not yet yours. Heaven is not ignoring you, it is aligning and preparing you, shaping you so that when the time comes, you will be ready. You are not waiting in vain. Every delay has a purpose. I am moving things into place behind the scenes. When the time is right, doors will open effortlessly, and everything destined for you will fall into place. If life ever gives you the chance, walk alone. Sit in the quiet, not as a punishment but as a gift. Embrace the solitude. In the silence, you will find yourself, the person you have been praying for. The life you have imagined is about to become your reality, but you must be ready. When everything unfolds, it will not be slow, it will come all at once. Suddenly, the weight you have carried will be gone. But listen closely, you must prepare yourself. Align yourself with your future, not just in thought, but in action, in faith. You cannot stand in the doorway of your blessings while still holding on to doubt. Release it. I have seen your struggles, your quiet battles. I know the weight you carry and the silent prayers you have whispered. But those days are fading. What lies ahead for you is greater than anything you have left behind. I am restoring you. Healing will flow through you, and the scars you carry will no longer weigh you down. I am mending the broken places and filling the empty spaces. I am sending unexpected blessings, gifts that remind you I have never left you. Love will surround you, and there will be no room for emptiness. You are changing, my child. You are stepping into a new season filled with clarity and wisdom. Everything you have been waiting for, everything you have prayed for, is already in motion. This is not just another month. February is the beginning of something beautiful. Be proud of yourself, my child. You are worthy of love, worthy of pride. The world does not get to decide your worth. I already have, and I say you are priceless. Every day is a new chance. Walk boldly into your calling. Do not waste time doubting yourself. Celebrate the small victories, for growth is often quiet, like the rising sun. Honor your growth and recognize how far you have come. Give yourself the same love and kindness you give to others. You are worthy of it. Never forget that.